My name is Vicente Raimundo. I do work for the European Commission Humanitarian Aid Office and Civil Protection. I am based in the regional office for Latin America and the Caribbean, but I have been asked by ECHO to join the Kenya team for support during a month because they are extremely involved in the Somalia crisis. So during the period of my stay in Kenya, I have had the opportunity and the privilege to be witnessing and monitoring the operations that we have funded in response to the drought, the terrible drought that has affected Kenya since 2009. So now, for the last 5 days, with more colleagues from the Nairobi office, we have been monitoring and visiting operations funded to Vets Without Borders and Oxfam in Marsabit and Cordate in Moyale. Basically, what we have been doing in these operations is try to stabilize a population that was under enormous stress, a population that has lost cattle, has lost all its assets, it has seen their livelihoods affected in an irreversible way, and what we have been doing through these grants is providing water, buying cattle from them, and providing the meat. We have been also digging wells. So a number of activities that what tries is to help them bridge the gap between one rain and the next rain. To the extent that the rains have not come, we can say that the grants have been a success, meaning that we haven't lost lives. You only need to look at countries surrounding Kenya and see how the malnutrition rates are peaking. In our case, we have stabilized the population. Malnutrition rates have not peaked to the point of an emergency, and communities have had alternative sources of income provided by the partners. For us, it's going to be extremely important to be able, by the end of the grants, which are finalizing in October this year, to witness and to assess whether the rains come. This will be the watershed period for us to decide and evaluate whether the grants have managed to do what they were supposed to be doing. My understanding of what we are witnessing here in this part of northern Kenya is that drought is a phenomenon that is not alien for them. Trouble is that the space, the gap between droughts is narrowing, and there is no time whatsoever for communities and their assets to recover from the previous drought. So although these communities have learned year after year, decade after decade, to live with the drought, what they cannot do is to recover from such a cycle of droughts that has not allowed them to recover at all. So what I guess is very important is that not only to provide emergency response, which is something that we are doing, but as well to provide them with tools, with change of attitudes and behaviors in terms of risk reduction, drought management. And this is something that also ECHO Nairobi is looking into and has been funding throughout the year. So both things together, response to drought and preparedness against drought, probably will put them in a much better position to fight the next cycle of droughts.